Hello, happy Wednesday. All right, my Bob family, I'm coming live today because some of you that were in my Wednesday class were complaining of soreness, and soreness is a huge thing, and I completely get it because some days I wake up, I'm super sore. However, there are ways to combat soreness, and there are signs to watch out for, okay? So I wanted to come on here to give you some tips. So if you are live with me, I think Blair is, can you drop a comment? I just want to see if they come through because I never see the comments till later. I'm going to try to see if I can see comments. 1 second. I'm going to put hi. That works. But anyways, okay, so a couple of things to keep in mind. Okay, let's talk about soreness. Soreness is good. Is it always an indicator of growth and doing, and seeing improvements? No. Okay. If you have been, consistently progressing in your weights, you're going to get some soreness. But are you still going to get the soreness that you haven't worked out in so long, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I started a new program and I get out of bed the next morning and I can't move? You shouldn't be getting that every single week. Now, having said that, if you are progressing in your weights and one day you're like, you know what, instead of 15 pounds, I'm going to lift 30 pounds on my legs. Like, I've done that. Yes. Do I wake up the next day and be like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling it? Great. Conversely, okay, there's always the other side. If you never have soreness and you never feel your muscles being worked, like, I don't mean like you can't move, but you kind of feel the muscle, like you do something or 2 days it really takes. 1 day if it's like been like extreme, like tearing of the muscle. And I think that's what happened to a lot of us on Monday. But if you never feel anything in that body, I would say one of two things. One, let's, change up the angle of what you're doing. For example, if you're doing a chest press that I do in class and you're like, I want to feel more of it, put yourself on an incline, put like a little something behind your chest, right? If you're doing squats and you want to feel a bit more, lift your heels or your toes up and you'll feel it in different areas of your legs, okay? When you lift your heels up, you're going to feel more in the front of your legs. If you lift your toes up, you're going to feel in the back of you, okay? Like your glutes and your hamstrings. So changing up the angle before changing up the weights can help, okay? Sometimes your muscle's dormant. It's lazy. It doesn't really want to do the work, okay? So this is why before we do leg work, sometimes I'll do the booty band, right? Like I'll do some like different dynamic movements because I really want to activate and squeeze that muscle and get and wake it up and say, hey, listen. And the other thing too is that, if you, don't have a good night's sleep, right? You're not really awake in the morning. So you really can't. And sometimes in your workout, you wake up halfway through and you're just like, did I really not feel anything? Like when I say squeeze, I mean like you need to squeeze your thighs. Okay. It's kind of like a Kegel, but for your muscles, like your extremities. Okay. So that's kind of that. Now let's get back to always feeling soreness. First off, you want to make sure that, and I highlight today if you heard in class, you got to eat carbs. You got it, okay? When you lift heavy, the goal for growth and to see, like when people say they want to sculpt, you need to grow a muscle, okay? In order to grow a muscle, you need to split it, okay? It's like we want to make more of the orange, make it look bigger with the same orange, so we cut it. Okay, same thing for your muscles. When you lift heavy, you tear little fibers of that muscle. But then you got to repair it, okay? It's like putting a Band-Aid on it and making sure that things go back. In order to do that, you need to fuel it properly. This is why it's super important. This month, this 4-week guide is that you follow it, okay? We want to make sure we're eating enough carbohydrates. I like to eat my carbs on the days I do weights. The evening, okay? The evening before. So, Sunday night, I had quinoa and sweet potato. I loaded that muscle because I knew that in order for me to generate power and explosive movement, I need carbohydrates, okay? They're primary source of energy. After, it's important to fill up with carbs, again, because now we use them, we deplete it, and protein. If you don't have enough protein in your diet, you can't repair the muscle because the muscle is made up of amino acids, which are protein, okay? You need to restore what you've lost. And when you split a muscle, it's like the Band-Aid is the protein and the carbs. You need to put it back in order for it to burn. So increase that metabolism and see results. What happens when you don't do that over a prolonged time or eating low carb and you want to lift heavy is that you get this lag of soreness. You kind of feel foggy. You're like, oh my God, I can't move my legs. I can't move my arms. You're in a constant state of fatigue because your body's like, feed me what I need, okay? Now, I have done all sorts of eating styles, okay? There's not one fits all approach. I have done, more lower carbohydrates, but when I want to lift heavy, I don't do that, okay? What works best for me and what I think works best for most and what I promote is a little bit of everything in moderation. I feel like when you nail down that, you can kind of like critique your diet in different phases or seasons of your life, okay? If you have an upcoming event and you want to kind of be more trim and more tight, well, then I would kind of take out the carbohydrates because they promote water retention, right? Gotta drink the water. This is now another thing why it's important to make sure you're drinking that water. All right, so we got that down. We gotta eat the carbs, okay? Those are kind of signs to watch out for. If you're always sore, let's look at the diet, okay? If you're never sore, let's look at what we're really doing in our workouts. Are we actually mentally focusing on that muscle? Okay. I also supplement, okay? Now, you don't need to supplement, but my lifestyle is crazy. And, when you work out all the time, you are in a state of inflammation and stress. And it's good stress, but nonetheless, you need to make sure that you're giving the body what it needs to recover. So recovery days, stretch days, Thursday, like movement, HIIT, and flow, super important. If you never liked it, you got to learn to restore that body, okay? So on the weekends, I'm moving maybe Saturday or go for a walk, but I don't exercise. I literally take strict 2 days off. Okay? What I take on weight days is a BCAA, okay? Now, basically, it's a combination of amino acids that help with soreness and restoring the hydration back to the muscle. It's liquid. It's a powder. It goes into water. So it's for muscle repair, strength, power, and endurance, prevents muscle breakdown. So, depending on what time you take it, you could take this during class, but I take it after and I sip on it throughout breakfast or after coffee to ensure that I'm restoring the amino acids back into my body. Because when you lift heavy or you're doing 3 strength training days, sometimes we think oh, it's really not much. I'm not a bodybuilder, and nonetheless, you are tearing your muscle, okay? Second thing that I take in the evenings, about 3 times a week, is the magnesium, okay? This will help just before bed, give you a good night's sleep. It helps restore the muscle, brings magnesium back into your bloodstream, and helps with soreness, okay? So these 2 things I take specifically for muscle soreness. You can take a magnesium supplement that's not kind of drowsy. This is calm. And the recommended use, I'm going to read it to you, is a factor in the maintenance of good health. Helps the body to metabolize carbs, fats, and proteins. So when I carb load at night. Helps in the development and maintenance of bones and teeth. Helps maintain proper muscle function and prevent magnesium deficiency. When you are cramping all the time, or your muscles are spasming, or you get a Charlie horse in bed, you go stretch, I got a Charlie horse in my thigh or my calf. It's really sometimes a sign that you're low in either potassium or magnesium, sometimes sodium, but I think our diets now have enough sodium. So, it's always good to consult a naturopathic doctor, the health food store, or your doctor before you take any of this, because if you're on any other medications, you just want to make sure. I'm not on any medication, so I take this. And while I'm actually here telling you what I do take a good lineup of vitamins, okay? you know, every time I go through a change in season, I really up my vitamins, especially in the fall. Like I was taking them all summer. But I really just think that, you know, there's a lot of debate on that. But my analogy has always been working from the inside out. If someone has good skin, you ask like, oh, what products are you using? But really, what are they doing? Like, are they moving their body? What are they eating? Okay, are they hydrating their body? So it goes along with that. I like to work and clean my cells from the inside out. And I'm a big believer of that. I've always been. So, and my kids. So if you're interested in the vitamins that I do take, you can probably message me, or if you want me to do another live on that. I am by no means a nutritionist, just a real passionate person on health in all aspects. I don't think that someone can be really passionate only in fitness and not have the other side of the scale. They should balance yourselves out, because life is about balance. This is why I promote 80-20. Okay? So this is about muscle soreness. If you have any more questions or you just want more clarification, please message me, because that's what I'm here for. And looking at myself, I realized that this new bra that I'm wearing looks like a nursing bra because of these straps. I can assure you, I am not nursing. Anyways, oh God. Okay, that's it. That's all. No kids are screaming. It's pretty quiet. Life's great. Hope this helps. Let me know. Drop it in the comments. Ciao.